Each March, Ireland sends a scouting party from our standing army of interactive software developers, filmmakers, animators and musicians to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. Over its 30 years, this festival has become an industry launchpad like no other, at which getting invited to attend is winning already. This year, an almost brand new, almost completely unknown Irish band got the nod. So when Birds of Olympus, for it is they, popped into Culturephile Towers, we asked, how'd that happen?
My name is John Murphy, sometimes we go by the name of Spud Murphy, from the band Birds of Olympus. Next week we'll be at South by Southwest and we'll be playing B.D. Riley's at 4:20. We've got a great slot as well on the Music from Ireland showcase. We're pretty much on midnight on St. Patrick's Day, which is going to be mayhem. You know, probably be the soberest Irish people in Austin. If you get an opportunity, you just have to kind of take it and dive in. Like by us going over to South by Southwest, I think we want to make connections with other bands, maybe looking at getting a booking agent in the States. We think our music will go down well in America, so you never know what will come out of it. The Hard Working Class Heroes is a great festival. It's great for any kind of Irish band who's just trying to get a leg up, is trying to get onto a bigger stage, and you're always kind of guaranteed there's going to be someone there to see you. So this time we played the Workman's Club. We kind of got a good slot. It just so happens kind of the main booker for South by Southwest was in the audience, and he really liked it. So he kind of got in contact and sent us this kind of free coupon to apply. There was a lot of gaps and a lot of criteria. I was basically going, so yeah, here's our song. You've seen us live. I just said, it'll be what it'll be. But still no, got in contact and said, yeah, we want you. So it was pretty much just down to that performance, I'm sure. Nothing else. Because no one else had even heard of us. You know, we weren't on any radars. There was no press. There's nothing online. But there is now. The single we just released is called Vine of the Soul, which it's definitely influenced by the kind of Ennio Morricone kind of vibe. It has that kind of epicness. Lyrically, it's based around mortality. It's kind of pretty morbid, really, but I think the music is quite playful, so it gives a good balance. Kind of the new modern spaghetti western that will be directed by, well, Quentin Tarantino's already done one. I'm sure there's going to be a new director. And yeah, we'll do the soundtrack for it. Yeah, hook me up. Give me the call. Cinder to the Sun is lyrically it's based around when I was watching an Irish 70s programme called Hands about the old craftsmen of Ireland. It's kind of about the way that way of life is pretty much gone now. Not gone, but it's disappearing when it shouldn't be, really. It's just a kind of tip of the hat and respect to those craftsmen of days of old, really. We like the softer Beefheart. Other bands like Love, maybe like there's a Jimi Hendrix album called Axis Bold as Love, which I pretty much had on repeat for about a year. They're kind of more modern bands which still had that kind of psychedelic edge. Would have been a Scottish band called the Beta Band, who around the 90s would have been a big influence, and a French band called Air, whose album Moon Safari pretty much had the biggest influence on all my kind of music that I've written. They painted with large brush strokes. It was big cinematic kind of sounds, but even those two guys was just big sounds using old kind of synthesizers, just kind of otherworldly. It just brought you to a place. The album's called Moon Safari. You literally felt like you were on the moon, you know, in the jungle on the moon. Something, you know, it's magic. Experimenting with sounds. not kind of necessarily always picking up guitar and going, play the chord and get the song. It's like, plug it into something and then plug it into something else that it shouldn't be plugged into, and then you get this other sound that you don't know where it comes from. It's like, you don't even have to play like guitar, you just kind of maybe scratch a string or something. Yeah, that's an approach that we definitely tend to take, as opposed to always sitting down trying to write chords, maybe kind of create kind of noises and get inspired by that. I think when you're involved with anything to do with art, you just need to put your head down and you just need to get the results that you kind of want. There's time for kind of celebrating later. Like, you do need to be focused and spend time, whether it's music or painting or film. It's important to know what you want and to know how to get it, or at least have an idea of how to get there. You have to kind of set out some sort of goal. There has to be some sort of end game. From playing music over the years, it was always this kind of elusive kind of record deal thing that just be always dangling around. It's like, to some people, that's the be all and end all of it, whereas I don't think it is at all. It shouldn't be that way. It's like, if you're creating something that's good and you believe in it, I think it'll find its way anyway. You don't necessarily need to go down the label route as such. They definitely do help, but they can also be detrimental to the whole situation. Like I said, it's just, if you know what you want, you can forge your own path. Thanks for having us. I'm out of here. Take care. See you again.
Spud from psychedelic pop band Birds of Olympus, heading west and south to this year's South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas.